Hey everybody, Coach Megan here. I am so sorry. This was meant to be a Facebook Live. However, I am, as you can see, in my car right now, doing tumbling duty. So I jumped out of tumbling class real quick for Paige, and came out to my car and realized my phone is just not connecting to Wi-Fi. So I'm gonna try to just upload the video here. To the page so that you guys can see the topic that I was going to talk about tonight. So I wrote in my post from earlier, is it really your metabolism? I think, and I wrote it that way because I think a lot of times I hear it over and over again. My metabolism just sucks. It's I can't do anything about it. And I think we get into this state of the metabolism is like a forever state, like, okay, so my metabolism is not functioning properly, and then there's nothing I can do about it. It's just, that's the way it is. So my post was, to kind of get you thinking, well, maybe there are some things I can do to fix. I don't really like the term fix your metabolism, because really what's happened is if you've, your metabolism is basically everything, all the processes that your body goes through to keep you alive and functioning well. So sometimes when we do things chronically, we don't even realize that we're affecting our metabolism. So an example is sleep. I think that's probably the number one thing that people just kind of dismiss as like, well, I don't sleep, like, I sleep probably 4 or 5 hours on average, but that's my normal, so it's okay. Well, actually, no, that's not okay. You shouldn't be. You should have more sleep. So, generally we recommend 7 to 8 hours. If you're getting only 5 to 6 and that's your norm, well, then that's contributing to your metabolism, and you've become adapted to that. Another thing, obviously, is nutrition. If you've been a chronic dieter where you're always trying to slash calories each time you try a new diet, that's going to play a role on your hormones. If you're not fueling your body properly, everything starts to downregulate and things kind of go haywire with that. And over time, if you keep doing it and you never get back up to like a good maintenance calorie level, yes, it will affect your metabolism quite a bit. And that's why we see over and over and over again these fad diets or restrictive diets that eliminate a food group here and there, or anything to just cut calories. It's really all these diets are, is a calorie reduction. And when we start to eat back to the way we used to eat before this diet, guess what happens? You gain weight, all the weight you lost, and then some added on. That cycle over and over again is destroying your metabolism. So what we need to think about, instead of these cycles where we're constantly slashing calories and getting rid of food groups, is how can we prime the metabolism and make it work for us? You want your body to be a machine, like efficient, no matter what if you get yourself to a point where you're going on a vacation and you're worried about what you're eating, we want to get you to a point where it's going to be all right if you take a vacation. 5 days of eating whatever you want, you come back, maybe you feel a little bit like bloated or whatever, tired, because it's not your normal food that you eat, but you had a great time, you were with your family, you were present, and then it just comes back easily when you get back on track. So everything's kind of working and functioning properly. It's much easier for that metabolism to kick on and say, oh, this is what my body remembers. I have good calories now, and I'm back to my routine. And you'll start to drop that weight that maybe you put on, a couple pounds during your vacation. So all that said, all I'm trying to say is, yes, it probably is your metabolism, and that, it's not broken. There are a lot of things we can do to repair and get things kind of working and functioning properly again. Definitely sleep, definitely nutrition. Some other ones to think about are your stress levels. Obviously, stress, the number one hormone related to stress is cortisol. If we are elevated in that cortisol levels at all, metabolism just tanks a little on that. So stress, doing things to kind of eliminate stress or lower it. And this goes for exercise too, you guys. So this is coming from the person who loves working out and recommends it, obviously. But it can go the other way. It's like a medicine. So if we overdose and we overdo exercise, it can have detrimental effects too. So figuring out the right dose and the right modality for your exercise too. You'll hear me talking about cardio a lot and how people kind of abuse cardio in order to lose weight. And again, we have to find that balance. I'm not saying you can never do cardio, but what I am saying, if that's your only method of weight loss, then I'm going to ask you to think about how is that making your body more efficient. I'll get into that whole nother topic another time. Another thing, and this goes along with exercise, is building up muscle or lean tissue. The more lean tissue you have on your body, the more metabolically active you are. Your body loves muscle. So the more we can put on, the better you're going to be, the more calories you're going to burn. Even when you're just sleeping, you're doing nothing, you're sitting at your desk, you are firing that metabolism by having a lot of muscle. So again, we can talk about that. That's going to be your modality of exercise. I always encourage strength training, especially for women. We got to get lean tissue up, especially as we get older and hormones change and all that fun stuff. So real quick, again, you're not broken if you feel like your metabolism sucks. We also don't want to blame it on our genes or our DNA. Yes, it has something to do with it, obviously, but there are things that we have control over, and just take it slow and figure out, some little tidbits that you can incorporate that are going to just always be feeding that metabolism and getting things kind of sparked up again. All right, so I hope that helps, and we'll get into some deeper topics on how we can, fuel this metabolism, going into more hormonal topics or exercise-related type things. So I hope that helps, and I hope you have a great night. We'll see you soon.